You mentioned Harry and Rick. Let's move now to what happened there. This is still mid-'90s. You hadn't met Rick Dunn or Harry Polavino yet.
No.
And the story I always heard was Harry come in here one day. He had family lived in Harriman, his father-in-law, I think.
Yeah. He come in the store
with
molded. He was part of the molded.
Echo Incorporated. Is that what they called that?
Yeah. And Brian Little, was working here at that time.
Did Harry just come in to see if y'all wanted to carry them?
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. And, of course, Brian told him, he said, Jerry makes a duck call.
Yeah.
And so I had one in my office, and he showed it to Harry, and Harry told him, he said, where's he make them at? He said, well, I think he makes them there where he works on the weekend. He goes in and makes a few. And I was making my own call at that time.
Right, on CNC.
On CNC lathe. And so he said, man, I'd like to talk to him. And so Brian called me at work and told me Harry was down here and wanted to talk to me. And I told him how to get up there. So he came up there.
That same day?
That same day. And that's how me and Harry met. And
I don't know at that time if even Rich and Tone had started CNCing yet.
I don't think they had. I'm not going to say that for sure, but I've had a lot of people tell me that, I was one of the first to ever turn on a CNC lathe.
And we talked about dates yesterday. I can't remember the exact date, but I'm thinking 95, 94, 95 maybe.
94, probably 95, right in there. I was making my own.
Because Rick won the world in 97.
Right.
And you were CNCing his calls before then.
Yeah, I was turning some stuff for Rick.
And we were doing some shows.
Yeah, that's right.
So you were still working at Richards and just doing rigs.
I was doing that. And the first ones I ever actually turned, of course, was Gary McCree's.
Right, those PVC.
PVC. And
that's before Harry come in here.
That was before Harry.
That was early 90s.
Yeah, that was probably 91 or 2.
Okay. Goosemaster Products.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I'll still see one of those in here in the shop somewhere.
Yeah.
But then I'm trying to think back. I think I started calling guys for you. I know Grounds was the first person I called and said, hey, you ever need any CNC work?
Yeah, and Tim Grounds, and then Tim Grounds told Alvin Taylor at Taylor Made Calls. Yep. And Alvin, he called me, and I made Alvin's calls for 6 or 7 years before he passed.
Right.
And, if you remember, me and you was at a show in Stuttgart.
Right.
And Alvin was in pretty bad shape.
His daughter brought him over there.
And his daughter brought him over there because he wanted to meet me. And
you remember what he told you? I do. He said,
I wish I'd have
met you earlier.
He said, I wish I'd have met you earlier in life.
Yep.
And I remember you had bought one of those books. And if I'm not mistaken, he signed that book.
He did. I still have that.
Yeah.
And he was with his daughter. And
yeah, she brought him over.
Come to our booth in Stuttgart.
Yeah.
He wasn't around much longer after that.
No.
But I see the notes in there and your cases and stuff from him. That's pretty good stuff.
He was always appreciative of what you did for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's we won't get in real deep about it. I mean, you turn thousands of calls.
Oh yeah.
Every year for a lot of people and a lot of companies, but just what I remember from that is just the people we got to meet.
Oh, I've met so many good people in this.
I wrote a bunch of them down yesterday. And I mean, like Rick and Harry, we mentioned them. Jim Bird. If you hadn't ever turned Rick's calls, you never got done with old Jim.
I wouldn't have known old Jim.
And of course, Grounds, Mike McLemore.
Yeah, Hunter Grounds.
Yep, Tim and Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Mike Keller, big guy.
Yeah. I remember Keller coming in here.
Yeah.
Seemed like he'd be taking his wife to Dollywood or something. They'd swing by here.
Yeah. And one of the nicest guys ever in the business.
Right, Keller?
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeff Foles.
Yeah. Spent a lot of times with Foles down here.
Spent a lot of time with Jeff down here. And
that shows.
He's a good guy.
That cat had it going on, didn't he?
He was the boss. Yes. Still a good guy. I think a world of him.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Some other names there I wrote down. Kent Cullum.
Oh, Kent, yeah. Kent's one of the funniest guys you ever be around. You know, I've had the opportunity to hunt with him a few times. And
Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. My opinion, probably the best meat caller in the business.
Yeah. Have to be.
It's unbelievable what he can do with a duck call.
Yeah, and that dude's funny.
And he's funny. Just a good guy.
I don't think I've ever saw him in a bad mood.
No.
Just always cutting up.
Always the same.
And yesterday you talked about Trey Crawford.
Trey Crawford, yeah. Met Trey at a show, and he was always kind of one of my idols too.
Yeah,
you know,
he was a bad machine.
He was bad as they come on a duck call.
I know you ran some stuff for Grover.
Grover Noel, Cache River. Grover, met Grover. Actually met him at Reelfoot at a show, and started turning some stuff for Grover and Miss Carol. They're great people.
And some of these other names that they don't make duck calls, but become friends with them, like Paul and Jared Holloway.
Yeah, Paul and Jared, we leased their farm down there for 7 or 8 years and become real good friends. And
we had a ball on that farm.
Yeah, and Paul, he's one of them guys that, man, he'll do anything you need. Paul Holloway's your man.
Yeah, he called in here yesterday while we were going over this outline.
Yeah, and me and Paul's we've been friends for a long time, and
that's probably 21 years now.
Oh yeah. And if I was in a ditch out there right now and it was midnight, I'd call him. He'd be there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just kind of guy he is.
Yeah, that's some of my best duck hunting memories. I'll take with me is that farm and his cabin.
Got a lot of stories to tell.
Yeah, we can't tell some of them on here.
That's right.
Yeah.
But there's just so many people out there, you know.
Tommy McWhorter.
He's an old Alabama boy. Roll Tide.
I feel like I've known him my whole life.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Tommy is.
How'd he come around? Odell?
No, actually through Carter Hughes,
okay.
Dog trainer.
Dog trainer.
There. Yeah, he was wanting some calls, and Carter gave him my number, and he called me up, and I got him some calls that he was wanting, and we just, there again, we just become good friends.
I don't know who he likes the most, you or Rick Dunn. I don't know.
I'd say Rick probably went out on that, but yeah, he's a dandy.
Yeah, I enjoy talking to Tommy. I need to call him right now.
Up in Des Arc, that's where we hunt, that arid area. And
you've ate a few meals up in Des Arc, right?
You got TJ's Country Kitchen out there, and TJ and Roy, and man,
they've adopted you.
Yeah, that's my second parents right there.
Yeah, Arkansas parents.
Yeah, wasn't for her, I'd starve to death out there.
Yeah, I know they love you.
They got some good victuals. If you're ever in Arkansas, go to TJ's in Des Arc.
Yeah, you mentioned another name out there that you're friends with, Greg James.
Greg James, he's got a place up around Newport, and we leased several years. And Greg's one of them guys that if he tells you he's going to do something,
yeah,
it'll be done.
He's a good contact for
that
area up there.
Yes, good guy.
If you need a lease, call Greg.
That's right. Greg's can hook you up.
And we talked about Hank and mentioned Dump a little, but Dump, you're still in there with Dump.
Oh yeah, Dump. Me and Dump's been friends all of our life. And,
were y'all friends in high school?
Yeah. I'd have got out of high school a little sooner if it hadn't been for him, probably. But he started hunting with us in about 77. I think he was working at the spike plant.
He's one of them that bit too. He loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. And, he bought a house in Arkansas, and he's there all the time.
And another one on this list here, Tom Ed.
Tom Ed Hickey. He's an old Watts Bar mud hen,
That dude's used to make me tremble hear his name when I was a kid.
Yeah, he's hunted the bar all them years, and finally moved on out to Arkansas, and he's eat up with it out there. He's got good lease. And he bought a house right down the road from me. And
in Crabtree.
Yeah.
I remember Tom Ed always would tell you me and Odell was following him.
Yeah. He'd always somebody following him, on the bar.
Was following him down to Barker, I think.
Yeah.
But that dude, he can kill him.
Yeah. He's a good hunter.
And I always, growing up, I always heard that name. It seemed like he always hunted by himself a lot. Maybe
he hunted a lot by himself, and he hunted.
You ever hunt with Boone any?
Yeah, he hunted. That was his main hunting partner, Boone and Hank, and they hunted together for years. Him and Boone.
Some of these kids nowadays wouldn't want to run across that combo in a duck blind.
No, back in the day, everybody knowed where everybody hunted.
Right.
And there was a thing called respect.
Yeah.
If I pulled up on my blind and you was in it, then most of the time you'd leave.
You'd leave.
Hey, man, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
I didn't know if you was coming or not.
Right.
Or you'd sit in the front of the blind and wait and see if you showed up.
Right.
And
that's what we'd always do.
And nobody ever. But nowadays, from what I hear, now I ain't hunted the bar in 25 years probably.
At least.
But they say now that there's not a lot of respect down there.
There's not. That's just, there's a group of duck hunters that's come up without a Larry Elsey or
supervision and
Jerry Cox to teach them.
But,
so they don't know.
Yeah, it's if I had anything to say to a young duck hunter, I'd say, hey, go out there and be respectful to the people that hunt around
Just
you.
being there. Find you a place to build a blind.
Enjoy the hunt. Enjoy the camaraderie with your friends, because life is short.
Yeah,
that's
this last 20 has been a blink of an eye.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Speaking about being in people's blinds, I knew Ebel. I was friends with him, Jay Ebel, and I was in his blind one morning there up at Wilson's Grand Vista now, and we were set up going to hunt, and he was running late, and he pulled in there, man. We, even knowing him, we said, hey, sorry, we're getting out of here, and we left. And
exactly.
No hard feelings or anything. So.
That's the way it was.
Yep. So we went on up the lake somewhere.
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
Now you have to go 4:30, 5 o'clock to beat somebody your blind unless you want to have words. Yeah, exactly. I've seen that. I've seen tempers flare down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I can say that back in the 80s hunting with Elsie, I never one time saw an argument on the lake.
Well, everybody knowed that we hunted Utah Point. Everybody knowed Larry McCuston hunted Barker.
Yeah.
Everybody knowed Jay Mitchell hunted the rock blind.
House,
and everybody knowed the Duck-a-Day was J.E. and Tom Ed. And, everybody knowed where everybody hunted.
Right.
And they respected it.
Yeah, now.
It wasn't that they cared if you hunted or blind, but they didn't want you in it.
They
know was coming.
They know Saturday morning Jerry and Hank's going to be most likely going to be in Utah Point.
That's right.
Unless it was a northwest 20 to 30 mile an hour wind.
That's right.
Some rough water.
Yeah.
But that probably about wraps up what I want to talk to you about today. Just a lot of good times down here. Some good guys work for you.
Oh, yeah. I've had some good ones over the years.
Dusty Johnson.
We basically, tried to hire, high school kids, give them a summer job, because I normally shut down in November, so that worked out good for me.
Right. Right now it's the end of June, and it's duck season down here right now.
Oh, yeah. Duck season never closes here.
Yeah. But I know starting out down here, I remember Derwin being down here polishing cows, Odell.
Jason, Odell, everybody coming in.
We was all in here pitching in.
Yeah.
And you've learned some better techniques now.
Yeah. I think I've had a hand in developing a lot of stuff.
Yeah. A lot of shops around the country are using what you've done.
Right.
Started down here.
Yeah.
With the buffing wheels and bead blasters out there.
The way I'm doing insides and stuff.
Yeah. But speaking of workers, Seth, that was one.
Yeah, I had Seth Robinson. He worked there a while. John, Big John.
Yeah.
Russell. Big John Russell worked here. Andy Willis.
Yeah, Andy. I forgot about Andy.
Seth
Roush. That's Seth I was talking about. He's a little harder worker than Seth Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hands down.
You can't compare.
Yeah, Seth, Seth Robinson, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He is. I like to aggravate him. Matter of fact, he was down here yesterday.
Yeah. The other Seth Roush, he's moved on now. Got married. He has some kids now.
Yeah, he's married and got 2 kids, and he moved to North Carolina.
Yeah, strongest guy I've ever probably been around my life.
Oh, I'm telling you, I never seen anything like it.
You wouldn't want that guy getting a hold of you.
Now, if I got in a fight, I'd hope he'd be on my side.
Matt Marine.
He
might have dipped a few calls.
Yeah, Matt was my wood man for a long time.
Yeah. We talked yesterday about I hooked Matt and Jessica up. That's who I introduced those two.
I never did thank you for it, did I?
I don't.
There's a reason.
Sorry about that, but I think it's worked out now.
Oh, it has.
You got a good grandson out of it.
I've got a good grandson out of it. He's awesome.
Matt's a true jack of all trades.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah. Bow man, duck call man.
He can do it all.
He can. He tries it all.
Yeah.
I don't know what's he into right now?
Well, he hops from one. He is a hopper.
Yeah.
But he right now he's kind of back into duck mode.
Yeah.
He's in Arkansas right now.
Got Gavin and Jace with him.
Yeah. We're fixing to put in 2 blinds up on a new farm, and so they went out to look at it and see what was going to have to do.
And that's Gavin and Jace, 2 of your current employees.
Yeah. I got Gavin and Gavin Evans and Jace, my grandson, and then
Mandy's still working.
Yeah, Mandy Monroe.
Yep.
She's daughter of Ruth.
You're right.
Ruth worked here about 16 years.
Wow.
And so
Mandy,
Mandy
was that long.
Yeah, and so Mandy works now, and she's awesome. She's like her mom.
Yeah.
Her mom was probably the best buffer I've ever had.
Right. Yeah, Mandy's not far behind her. Right.
Fell right in her footsteps. And just awesome people.
We got to mention your daughters. We've not talked about them enough. I'll get in trouble if we don't. They take after their mom and dad. They work ethic. Yeah,
they both work full-time jobs, and
I got a new gig going on now.
They got Sisters Market, and it's kind of in the middle section of my store, and they sell produce and different things, soaps and shirts and some clothing, and so they've been doing that for about 1.5 years.
And they stay packed up there.
They stay very busy up there. There again, can't say enough about the people of Rockwood and Roane County.
Keeping you going, right?
Support, just awesome customer base.
And that's my eventual goal, is to get this moved up. I told Maggie yesterday we're gonna move this podcast up there somewhere, and
yeah,
I told her she's gonna have to sponsor it. Have to keep us in drinks and
right.
What was that orange juice cake we had yesterday?
Yeah, it was awesome.
We'll have to get some more of that. But I thank you for your time today.
I enjoyed it.
We'll there's a lot more we'll come back and talk about more in detail, especially the duck hunting and duck calls back here.
Yeah, we can do that.
But I'll let you get back to work. I've had you on here for an hour now.
I'm gonna send you a bill.
All right, you've probably got GK. He's running behind now.
Hey, he's fixing to get some next week.
Or 100 grounds. When I come in, you were putting O-rings on 100 stuff.
Yep, fixing to ship him some bird's eye maple.
All right. Well, thank you, buddy.
Thank you. I've enjoyed your friendship over the years.
Oh, yeah. You've been good to me, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I owe you a lot. You said you wanted my Social Security number several times.
I do.
All right.
I'll turn you in as a
dependent.
Yes.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Sir.